Okay, let's say three things first, or how many things I can actually count to, because this is a bit improvised. First of all, have I ever mentioned how much double issues can be insufferable? Second of all, finally, this chapter is released! Ugh! And third of all, I am praising this author as the one and only who is not lazy or have yet to suffer from manga exhaustion. Although technically, we should never really look down on manga exhaustion. Making manga, especially when you're a good artist, is a dangerous job. So we should never really mock someone for that. It's the fact that most people, me included, we complain when an author goes on a hiatus more about the fact that we don't hear anything from them. Not a sign that they're feeling better, nor even a way for them to, tell, okay, we're gonna get help with this. But I guess that's what it is. I don't know how it works, and I don't know how it will. And hopefully Hiro Mashima will never become like that. It's just that what I'm trying to say is Eden Zero now back on its original schedule? Because these long waits are honestly aggravating. So I hope it was just because we got double issues. Okay, now I have complained enough. And this is, as you all know, the review summary of Eden Zero 26. 26. And me, the angry anime fan, here to bring you to it. The first Eden Zero chapter of the 2019, although technically spoilers were released much earlier. This cover page is when apparently Rebecca is with that glasses girl, I forgot her name. And apparently this seems to imply that her channel is of science and, using dolls to even talk. I think making science interesting, although it's clear on the fact that Happy and Rebecca are not exactly so happy about all this. Either way, Sister Lily appears, and let me tell you, that is some eye candy. Well, Charles in Anime World, I doubt you are watching this, but if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you just said when you saw those legs, right? Actually, there's a very good line for this. I think another YouTuber, Rex the Hero, talked about this, but it's also a line from another show. Thighs the limit, am I right? You couldn't see it, but I winked. Either way, we see a brief flashback of when Homura and Young Wise found Sister Ivry. And of course she doesn't answer on why she knows that this is the real sister, but she does answer that her powers were sealed by this machine, and apparently it was through this machine that the fake sister could use her power. So Wise was the one who freed her after Homura begged him. We still don't know what Homura's stake is in all of this, but maybe slowly it will be revealed. So they also appear, and Wise is the one to tell that the Chronophage is heading towards here. And the entire planet apparently knows. Well, granted, that minion of illegal did appear and says that yes, so they have a warning system for a Chronophage, because in a way a Chronophage is like a tsunami. It is completely unpredictable, but when it happens, it creates a destruction. Although technically, a tsunami is both real and very dangerous. But in a way, you could say that the Chronophage is like a fictional tsunami, unpredictable, but when it comes, it creates great destruction. The only difference is it erases things from existence by rewinding time and creating something new. A tsunami just destroys. Although technically I see no difference because it's both a natural disaster. Jinn is confused for all this, as the real Sister Ivry approaches the fake sister and mentions that apparently she came to this planet on a job 10 years ago. It's not exactly explained what that 10 years ago was. However, I have a slight suspicion that maybe it was Illegal's connection, Not that she was working for Illegal. However, we'll get to that in a point. And then she was ambushed by some freaks, which was apparently fake sister and her comrades. And then locked in that grisly old church, and then nailed to a machine that somehow managed to take her power to the fake sister. The fake sister rationalized this by saying apparently she wanted power to heal her companions. And before she knew it, she became a leader of a mercenary group. I mean, she... and and she still just says that she wanted power and she idolized the fake sister, no, the real sister, but Sister Ivry do not care. And here she shows a sign we really didn't suspect from someone who has a sister. As I said before, the 4-star divas all appears to have different personalities. The witch so far seems to have the flattest personality, mostly because I think she is the one to be programmed to be the most loyal to the Demon King. Granted, she stayed on Eden Zero, so it makes sense. However, Sister Ivry, I'm not really sure what we can call her personalities, because the thing she does to Fake Sister is she kicks her right in the head, and it reveals she has no, she has underwear under her nundress, but the kick really exposes her muscular, thick thighs. That was some eye candy, I tell you. Yeah, call me a pervert all you want. It was worth it. And she even says she gives a damn. So what I mean to say is that is not the words she is saying is not exactly suited for someone who is dressed as a nun. But I guess that once again, yes, plays with the trend of what these 4 divas are based on. The witch is named after a witch, but she doesn't really show any sign of having a personality of a witch. More like a wise old shaman or something. And the sister doesn't really have any personality of a sister, religious and overly kind. No, she's abrasive, loud, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. Nor is she especially modest of how she is. Because after she says that she's gonna destroy the fake sister over and over again like that, why she tell her to leave her be? Finally, Sister Ivry looks at Shiki, and the first thing she says is that he looks weak. But Shiki just asks if she is the real sister, and indeed she is, and calling Wise and Homura his lackeys. And apparently, now that she's freed, she's somehow connected back to the witch. I guess that makes sense, because again, the 4-star divas are creations made by the Demon King, what we presume, so they are connected, and she was nailed to that thing, so I guess she didn't really have any connection. So while she did mock Shiki for saying that he looked weak, she is still thanking him for finding him, and as soon as Shiki says, just call me Shiki, she actually does give a gentle smile. So yeah, this Shiki is not, this 4-star divas is not exactly afraid to speak her mind, but she appears to really be loyal to the Demon King. So I guess that's a very great contrast to the Demon King witch. Either way, the gang, but then we get to the second eye candy, as the Sister Ivry decides to do something, that finish her job she came here to do, and she undresses, and revealing she is having a short bra and panties on, and again, not exactly something that is said to be suitable for a sister, but I guess that she plays with the trope, as she uses her powers, and I guess her powers is recovered. And even Shiki lampshades, why did she strip? I think a lot of fair Hiromashima haters just said that, oh great, he just did fan service for fan service, but hey, at least this time he answered this question. Why did she strip? I mean, Wise didn't really mind, because, well, he is a pervert, and let me just say, I didn't mind either. It's not so very suitable for someone who has an image of a sister to do that, but again, she is not really the sister type. She uses a power that dispels all the petrifications of Illegal's collection, implying that, yes, Sister Ivry was here to repetrify every single one who was, this. So it's not exactly answered what Sister really was while Eden Zero was under lockdown for 10 years, or 18 years, exactly. Now when I think about it, how long did the Demon King raise Shiki? Well, it didn't matter. So with that, they all go. As the alien guy, Bucket, Jinn stays behind a little bit. As he gives a glare to Shiki, Shiki just says, we'll settle the score another time. And then Jinn approaches the fake sister and begins crushing her head with his feet, saying she's a liar. And here we can actually feel that Jinn is actually doing a complete 180. And because many times before he showed many sociopathic, saying he didn't have any need for emotions. And here he has said that all the terrible things I've done for you because I believed I could save clean. So I mean, maybe all that talk about not having emotions was just what he thought he had to do in order to do it. So in the end, yes, Jinn really did appear to have emotions. Because, well, while he does crush Fake Sister's skull, although we don't see it completely at least, he does says that he has no friends, and Clean is apparently his sister. So I mean, yeah, this does put a nice spin to it all. Jinn, well, I get there's a lot of people wonder, is Jinn now gonna join Eden Zero? Well, apparently not yet. He's still an antagonist in the eyes of Shiki, but Hiro Mishima have redeemed villains before, so he can do it again. But we should just wait and see, right? And what is the most thing we can say about all this? Well, so did Jinn really have emotions but suppressed them just because he thought it could save Clean, or didn't he just have emotions, he just cares for his little sister? I don't know, but it appears that he really did follow the fake sister because he genuinely believed that was the real sister. You really are a naive guy, but then again, the fake sister did take the real sister's power, so I guess it makes sense. Either way, outside it's panic. Some people are trying to, well, flee, others are staying behind because they hope they can be youthful again. I mean, it's worth noting though that yes, they will get youthful again, depending on how much time gets rewinded, but it's also worth noting that they will just be erased from existence, meaning that they will become youthful again, but they will just become that person from another past. They won't remember anything of the future. And Rebecca and the rest of the girls who are having modesty towels now on finds the rest of the gang, who reveals that this tower has a lot of extra ships and they should all leave. But Rebecca decides to wait for Shiki, hopefully with Pino. As Shiki and gang runs on the halls, it turns out that the fake sister, real sister is getting coordinates from the witch to Pino. All the while teasing which I'm not saying sounding older, and she just smiles that they have 10 minutes before the Chronophage arrives. Now this is exciting. Of course, Wise is the one who panics. Shiki is the one who laughs, while Homura just says, I won't say it loud, but you're adorable. Who is it saying that to? Is she saying that to Wise, or is she saying that to Shiki? I mean, if she's saying that to Wise, then ship tease. But yeah, a solid chapter. Was it worth the wait? Hell no. You don't want to wait. No, don't get me wrong. It was a great chapter, and I'm glad we get it. I just hate to wait, okay? It's bad enough that we don't get the translation chapters until Wednesday, but the fact that we had to wait 2 weeks before this, if this is the trend and we have to do it, then I am not gonna like that. Yeah, so I prefer just waiting every week. So I hope Eden Zero is back on its trend now, or if they're still on that break. Because, vacation time is really insufferable sometimes, but you can go free and correct me on that one. So yeah, I find the real sister Ivry to be many times sexier than fake sister. I guess these thangs and the fact that she had a very real face helped. Still not exactly explain why fake sister believed she could use her powers to, well, heal her comrades. I mean, it's apparent that the real sister was famous, but who knows really? She really believed her lie, so, well, you know what it is. And yes, I guess Why am I keep on saying fake and sister when I'm saying the real? Sister Ivry seems to have the quirk of stripping when she gets serious. I guess that answers the question on why the fake sister did that too. However, it's still not explained on why Homura knows the real sister. It's worth noting though that when she uses her power, Homura has a very solemn look to her. Almost like a serious, I won't say death glare, but a serious look. So, whatever the connection Homura has to the Eden Zero, or the Demon King, or even the real sister, is still a question for another time. So they have now 10 minutes to go to run away before the Chronophage arrive. Rebecca and probably Pino will stay behind to find Shiki and the rest, while at the same time the B-cubers escapes on the extra ships. I do hope they escape all. I mean, the main characters, so they will. But I also hope they will help Rebecca, because in the end, Rebecca is their savior. The countdown begins, and it really is an exciting one. So yeah, a great eye candy of a chapter. I liked it. And the real sister's personality? Yeah, so far I like it. You give me your thoughts if you have any.